can go ahead and share the link with anyone that you think might want to join this call. And we'll start about 3:05. But the link is there on the screen, so you can share that with folks if you need to. And it's also available on YouTube. And we're going to give folks just a few more minutes to join us.
Perfect. So our technical director checked the stream and it's working.
Nice. Good. It's always good to know that it's working.
Yeah.
We've come a long way.
Yeah, we get better every week.
Yes, we do. Takes a team, though, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And I'll try to keep an eye on the chat, but
She can be
Dylan
right there.
and Stephanie, if you guys can help me keep an eye on the chat if there's anything that pops in there.
Yeah.
We'll get started about 3:05. So.
I'm going to go ahead and just text Caitlin. See. Okay. There. Okay. I know she's probably a little tired. She's been doing her physical therapy and stuff, so. Okay, we got the assistants. Hmm. So Dylan, how does that note taker
We'll
thing
get
work?
started in one more minute. Go ahead and get yourself what you need. Get you water, pen and paper. You're going to want to take notes. We'll get started in just 30 seconds and I'll let Stephanie get us started.
All right. I have 3:05. So thank you everybody for joining us. We're going to start with a, oh, hang on, there we go. Okay. Thank you everybody for joining us. We're going to start with a short video that Courtney was able to produce for her campaign. Here we go.
My name is Courtney King, and I am running for the House of Representatives for District 25 for the state of Arkansas. I am a native Arkansan. I was born in the River Valley, and I now live in Northwest Arkansas. I was nominated and asked to run for the House of Representatives by the Democratic headquarters in Washington County. My platform is Homegrown Hope. It speaks to my native roots as an Arkansan, but also to the hope and optimism that I have for our future. It is vitally important that we protect the health care of every person in our district, so everyone should have the opportunity for success within the district. Prioritizing people. We need to make sure that people are the priority in all the decisions that are being made. Education is the backbone of our district. Public schools are how we operate. So education is a high priority of mine. So we've been working together on social media and voter outreach. As part of that effort, we will set up at different community events and we'll make opportunities for people to register to vote, as well as having some fun arts and craft opportunities for people to get involved with. We meet every week on Sundays at the Washington County Democratic headquarters in Springdale. We're always working on fun projects, whether it be our outreach programs for voter education, making signs for protests, all the things that we can work on together. Do your research on the candidates that are running for this district and see which candidates line up with your values. See which candidate is aligned with the things that you believe in and the things that are important to you. And in doing so, I believe that you will see that I am the choice for you. Additionally, I have a website where you can learn more about my campaign, ckingforar.com. When it comes to making your choice in November, remember, no kings but Courtney King.
Okay, so there you have that. That's awesome, right? Let me share my video so I can see you guys and y'all can see me. So that was fun. I got to go and make that video last week, and yeah. So what you might have heard in that speech, let me get this on the right view so y'all can see it a little bit better. Yes, there we go. All right. So what y'all heard there or heard me talk about is my platform. Basically, I've made an acronym out of my slogan, Homegrown Hope, and I'm using the word hope to address the things that are important to me for this campaign. And so H being healthcare, O opportunity, P prioritizing people, and E education. And then there's of course so many just different subcategories that need our attention under each one of those topics, of course. And then you heard me speak a bit about the upcoming voter registration efforts that we have going on. This is something I love for anybody and everybody to participate in. Again, it's a nonpartisan effort, so it has nothing to do with my campaign. It's solely focused on getting people registered to vote in the state of Arkansas and voter education. I don't know about you guys, but voting this, you have to have like a part-time job just to research the issues on the ballot these days and the candidates. So we're trying to make that as simple as possible for people. And we're going to show up in different places throughout the district to just educate folks on how the process works. And so we also have these deadlines coming up that we want to make sure everyone is aware of when it comes to you already have to be registered for the Arkansas primary, but we have the primary coming up. So you can start voting. Early in-person voting begins February 17th. And then we have the absentee ballot deadline on February 24th. So those are two dates coming up in February to make sure that are on your calendar. And then March 3rd is the actual election date for the primary. I don't have a primary, so I am just trying to educate folks on the different issues that are on the ballot and be available to help if anyone needs my support. So this is a bit more information about the voter outreach and education we'll be doing. We have on March 8th is the Good Dog Cafe coming up in Fayetteville. We're helping them build a stage there. So that's a really fun project. And Kelly Grapp, she's running for Secretary of State. She'll be there doing her training on the power of 5. So it'll be multifaceted. We'll have conversations going about creativity in the community, but then also focused on politics. And so you'll have the choice on what you want to do that day or do both if that's interesting to you. And then Terra Studios, every year they have their spring fling for spring break. And so we're going to be there doing our nonpartisan voter registration. And again, at Birdfest coming up in April. So we'll be happy to be just running into folks there and helping them learn more about what's coming up. And then we do have obviously volunteer opportunities for people to get involved in a number of ways. This graphic is so fun. My daughter helped me. But anyway, this is a good one. It shows different ways that you can get involved, whether it's planning an event or making phone calls or graphic design. I love to just put people in where they want to be involved. And so I've partnered with students on campus because I'm a student on campus at the University of Arkansas. So we've recruited interns on campus and then around the United States virtually. So we have options in person here in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley, where we're building our teams in each city within the district. It's a large district. It goes all the way down to Crawford County. It's 4 counties: Madison County, Franklin County, Washington County, and Crawford County, parts of all of those. So there's room for everybody to be involved. And I would love to help figure it out what it is that you would like to do and find a place for you in that way. So we do have a Slack account, and then this is all my contact information, as well as a GroupMe, Mobilize, and Good Change and ActBlue, all the different ways that you could want to find me as far as a candidate, and those resources, they're all available. I would love to take time to answer any questions that you might have at the end of this if you're wanting to get connected in some way that I didn't mention, or if you need more information about these things. And then finally, today we're going to focus our training and our time and attention on van and minivan training. This is important when you're thinking about canvassing. And so today we have Stephanie and Dylan. They both joined the call and they are helping to lead those teams. It's going to take both the team on the ground, and then it's going to take the team virtually so that we have the support to reach everyone within the district. So I'm happy to answer any questions about this too at the end. We're going to show a short it's about 5 minutes on this van YouTube video. And then Stephanie is going to take it from there basically with Caitlin. She'll be able to join here about 3:30 to give us any additional tips and tricks as we go about this. So I appreciate your time and attention. And if you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the chat. That way we can come back to them after the video. Let me get this going, hopefully. I say we're gonna watch a video.
There you go. Oh,
Well, it's not doing anything when I clicked on it. It worked earlier today. We'll see if we can get it to work again.
so the crux to the video is that it gives you kind of an overview of what van looks like. It's a very short overview. Now there's a separate kind of attached app that you can use to make phone calls, which is what we're using at headquarters right now. So if you want to come down and phone bank for Get Out the Vote, I want to circle back on that, on the, losing my train of thought here. On the election, it's really, really important to vote in the primaries, because whoever we vote for judges and for prosecutor, that's who we're hiring. So you want to make sure to absolutely vote. We want to make sure to let other people know because a lot of people just don't pay attention. It's not widely advertised here, so we're kind of doing the advertising. There are a lot of Republicans facing primaries, so whether or not um, you want to vote in the main election, you still want to vote in this election as well because that determines who's on the ballot for the November elections.
Okay, I was able to get the video, so I just had to go grab it. And so that we can watch that now. Hopefully y'all can see that. Yep. Okay.
With Minivan, our canvassing app for iOS and Android, canvassing has never been easier. Minivan provides a canvassing experience that is more efficient.
Oh, Courtney, you muted.
ID. If you don't have an Action ID, you can create one using your email address. Select Login using Action ID. Once you are logged into Minivan, you'll be taken to a landing page where you'll enter in your list number that is provided by your organizer. Once your turf is downloaded, it will take you to the My List tab, where you can see a map view of your turf packet and a list view where you can see the individual addresses of each home. Talking to someone who's not on your list? Add people to your list in the search bar. Click on the icon and search the database for their information. Minivan syncs automatically with your campaign or organization's database. It updates periodically to provide you the most up-to-date information about the people on your list, such as if they have voted or been canvassed by another person on your team. The Minivan map is interactive. You can click directly on the household in the map and an address box will pop up. Click on the box and it will take you to the voters listed at that address. Just click on a person's name and proceed with your canvass. The household view of your list shows the general area you will be canvassing, with the houses sorted by the address per street. You can adjust your list from household view to people view, with the list resorting to an alphabetical order by last name of the people on your list. You can also filter your canvas list. You can filter by odd and even households if you are splitting your turf, or filter the list to those you have not contacted previously. You can filter using a variety of filters that may fit your canvassing needs with options that are fully customizable by your field organizer. As you begin canvassing, you'll notice one or more icons under each address. Each icon represents a household member. Multiple icons in the home represent multiple members to be canvassed. As you canvass people, the icon color will change as you mark your progress, with gray representing a person to be canvassed, blue representing a successful canvass, orange representing a person not being home, and black representing inaccessible, lit drop, or any other canvass result. Whether in household view or people view, you can quickly label a person as not home or as a lit drop by swiping right on their name or address in iOS or clicking and holding on their name and address in Android. Select LD for lit drop or NH for not home. Once selected, the icon will change to the corresponding color. If you swipe right on the address, it will label the entire household as either lit drop or not home. Swipe right on an individual person only to just label them. As you begin talking with people on your list, you'll click on their name in Minivan and it will take you to the script page. You also see a details page where you can add important details like a phone number or email. The notes page is where you can add important notes in regard to your interaction. The history page will show you the last time the organization has contacted a person, breaking down the history by contact history, survey question history, and activist codes. At the top of the script page, you will see I couldn't reach this contact. Select this option if the person is unavailable. You'll be provided a variety of options for the person's unavailability, including not home and lit drop. Choose the most accurate option and proceed to the next person. If the person is home, proceed according to your script and mark the answer that the person provides. Based on their answer, the script will branch off into follow-up questions that you can ask them. Once you are finished, proceed to the next person or go back to your list. If you go back to your list, you will see that your canvassing has been successfully updated. You can now proceed to your next person. Under the Next Door tab, your households are organized by distance. If available, our new smart feature optimizes your route for walking or driving, providing you the most efficient path for your canvassing route. You can check your progress under the Progress tab. Minivan does the math for you, so you can quickly check and report your progress and responses at the end of your canvass. If you are splitting your turf with a partner, you can keep up to date with their progress in Minivan. The red icon presented on a household symbolizes that someone else has already walked this house. You will also be able to see which people have already voted in Minivan. You are now equipped with everything you need to have a successful canvass using Minivan. If you encounter any issues while using Minivan, please reach out to your field organizer with any additional questions.
This video provides you, the field canvasser, with a tutorial for using the Minivan app on your phone, both in the field and at home after the canvassing event.
Yeah, so Minivan is a really, really dynamic canvassing app. We will be using it extensively in Courtney's campaign and my campaign, probably all of the campaigns in the district, or in Courtney's district and in the county. A couple of things that they don't go over in the video that I just want to mention that is going to be really important for candidates. There is a note feature in the app. Anytime you go to a door and something happens, like, somebody tells you what's on their mind, hey, I really don't want voucher programs to exist. It's harming the school district. You want to put that down as an issue and make sure that you note it and be very accurate when you take those notes, because the candidate can go back and use it later. They can see that note, make a phone call, and reach out to that voter in person, which does help earn people's trust and let them know that we're actually listening to what they're saying. So, yeah, so that's one thing. And then as far as, the actual canvassing goes, we're going to need to have people go in pairs. That's going to be really important. It's not necessarily unsafe to go knocking on doors. I mean, I went knocking by myself. I'm knocking all the doors in my neighborhood by myself. But it's a better idea just to go in pairs. People tend not to be as aggressive if they're going to be opposition. Sometimes you'll knock doors in van that they say that they're a Democratic household, and you knock on the door and that's not the case. So it's not completely accurate 100%. And you just have to be prepared, to knock those doors. So Courtney was.
Yes, I have a question. Thank you.
Yes.
And so if say I don't feel comfortable knocking on doors, say that's not my cup of tea, what can I do instead?
So you can phone bank, which, that's pretty easy. Basically, you're leaving voice messages. Most people don't answer the phone anymore. When you pick up the phone, I mean, even working in the clinic, I make hundreds of calls a week. Most of the time.
What would I say if I was calling someone? Like,
so you would have a script. So for instance, for the Get Out the Vote calls that we're making right now, you're introducing yourself first and foremost. You have to say, hi, my name is so-and-so from the Washington County Democratic Party. I'm reaching out to so-and-so. Is that you? And they'll answer yes or no. and okay, great. How are you today? And just give them a minute to answer. This is a conversation. And then I've been telling people I'm calling to, just remind you that the midterms are coming up. Early voting starts on Monday, the 17th, goes through the 24th, and election day is on March 3rd. This is really, really important because not only are you deciding who's going to be on the ballot in November, you're deciding who you want to hire to be our prosecuting attorney and the circuit and district court judges. All of those things are on the ballot right now. And so, yeah, it's super important to vote.
Well, so what if I don't want to call and leave a voice mess? Like I don't want to talk to someone.
Oh.
What's the texting options?
Yes, you can text. And actually, that's the best way to reach out to as many people as possible, because most people, even if they don't answer the phone, they'll skim a text. And so if you have a good script on your text and it says, hey, reminding you, our early voting starts Monday for the primaries, and just put a text in there, it just shoots out all those texts. You monitor for a response, and then there are responses that you can use to respond to those people.
Oh, okay. So it's pretty just like scripted, and
Mm-hmm.
and it goes through minivan. Is that right?
Goes
Or
through
is it-
minivan, and Caitlin, welcome to the call. Jump in here. So the VPN program that we have for making phone calls, I was actually using that today. And that is also part of Minivan, correct? It's the same company.
Yes. Everything is under the same company. Yes. Minivan
Okay.
is just the app on your phone.
And let's give Caitlin a quick introduction since we are recording all of this. Caitlin, would you like to introduce yourself? Just
Oh, sure. I'm Caitlin Tannehill Oxford, and I'm the chair of the Washington County Democrats. Was elected in last January, and here I am, still going.
so thank you for joining us today.
You're welcome.
Really appreciate it.
Caitlin was also tasked with recruiting citizens to run for office, and she and her team did a fantastic job.
Yes, we almost got every JP spot filled. We actually have a couple primaries, which has not happened in a few years, so that was nice. I've got most of our state house candidates filled. No Senate, but we're working on it. We're working on it. But we've got a lot more this year than we have in the past, so candidate wise.
But we watched a quick video. So they've had a brief overview of what minivan is. And then Stephanie and I were talking about different ways that people, if they don't want to go door to door, if they don't want to make the phone calls and leave a voicemail, if they would rather text, all the different ways that people can do this basically. But
Right.
given that overview, what else would you like to add?
There's always something to do at the office too. I mean, all of our candidates are supposed to have stuff at the office now to be able to help working on postcards, mailers, anything, just there's so much behind a campaign. There is always something to do. And I don't like making phone calls either, people, so I get it. So I would much rather text or write a letter or an email. So
yes. And I want to let people know we do have some really fun things to do there. We're making bracelets. So there are all kinds of beads, and there are all kinds of really cute examples of what you can do with those beads. I just don't have time to make 5,000 bracelets, and this is something that we want to use to help raise money for the Washington County Democrats. And it might get you a little bit of time to listen to people making calls. Sometimes when you hear people doing it, you kind of get the groove and you're like, oh, okay, this isn't that hard. I can jump on the phone and do this. And it kind of gets rid of that anxiety.
yeah,
If you've never
it's
done
not hard. I just don't prefer it. But
Right.
a lot of people love it. And once you get started, it is easy. It's not a hard thing to do. It's just getting over that first fear of making that first phone call. And after that, it's very smooth. I promise. We've all been there. We've all done our first phone call. We're all nervous. So
Yeah.
it's like, I've ran for office twice and I'm still nervous to make some kind of phone calls. So
What is it that you enjoy about it? And Dylan, you're welcome to jump in this as well. I know you've done quite a bit of this type of canvassing as well. But what is it that y'all enjoy the most out of this?
meeting new people. It was so fun. That was the best part of when I ran for office was just meeting new people. And now I have an extra family of people that I met along the campaign trail, people who were candidates, some who were just constituents who I knew voted for me and helped. And they're some of my best friends in the world now. It's really fun getting into your community and meeting new people and seeing the places in your community that you didn't even know existed until you ran for office. Even if you've lived here your whole life, like Courtney and I have, we lived in this district our whole life. And there are still things that are amazing that we find new things about it every day. So it's great.
Well, and not having lived here my whole life. I mean, I just moved here by what,
Right.
5 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm getting to know people. Like that's just it. I mean, campaigning isn't just about um, convincing people that you're the best person for the job. It's literally getting to know people. Like it's getting to know the community because if you don't really
Right.
know them, you can't serve them because you don't know what's important to them.
Exactly. And you don't know what they need unless you're out there asking. So that's a big thing is you have to ask what people's issues are. You can't just say, "Hey, I'm going to run on this, this, and this." People don't want to know what you're running, real so much what you want. They
Yeah.
want you to ask them what they need,
Mhm.
what they see the problem is. So remember that when you're out, if you are outdoor knocking or whatever, even if you're just a volunteer for somebody else, just like, "Hey, what are the issues that concern you? What matters to you?" And then you can kind of correlate that into what the candidate is working on. So to say,
Yeah.
we need lower food prices. Turn around and say, well, Courtney has a plan to try to help lower these food costs, some of these taxes that are on our foods, just things like that. And I don't know if Courtney has a plan or not, but I'm just saying she should.
Yes.
At least a talking point.
Exactly. No, I hear what you're saying. So it's a good way to connect with people and network and hear from them,
Right.
hear what's on their mind, and be able to then take that further into a plan of action. And I think that's really important. That's how you, I guess, formulate your plan to begin with.
Right.
Mhm.
And the really important thing to me is, running for office, you need to understand that as a public servant, you are there to serve the public. You're
Yeah,
there.
it's not about you anymore. It is about the public you serve. You are an elected
Yes.
official. These people, you are these people's employee. They
Yes.
hired you.
Mhm.
So
And
you
and
work
they
for
have
them. They don't work for you. You work for them.
and they have every right to call you up and tell you when you've done something that they absolutely do not agree with. They will let
Oh
you know if you've heard what they said because how you vote is supposed to represent those citizens. I don't feel like that's the case right now.
yeah. And I agree. I
That's
do
why
not
I'm
agree.
running.
And that is why when I asked both of you ladies to run, you both said yes. It's
Yes.
because you didn't like the way things are going right now. So again, it's like these ladies didn't step up and say, I want to run for office. I was like, will you please run for office? And they're both like, okay.
I said yes with condition that we don't find someone better because
Exactly.
I will step down.
Well, I'm glad that we have such a good team like working together and having the headquarters as our office where we're able to coordinate all of these efforts
Right.
is awesome. And so Stephanie, can you tell us again the office hours that we have available for volunteers if they want to come physically to the office?
Yes, so we have staffing for the month of March and part of February, Monday through Saturday, 10 to 2. Um, it's a lot of fun. Like, I love going there. I mean, Courtney and I hung out today. We ate pizza. We we planned, we printed things, we called, I made phone calls. I mean, we did a little bit of everything. It wasn't a
Yeah.
monotonous thing.
And you
And
mentioned like the bracelets being a station
yeah,
that we have there. We've got the poster making station, the button
mhm,
making station, the podcast station. I mean, there's just so much, like Caitlin was saying, there's postcards to write, there's all the things.
yeah,
And it's all there ready for the volunteers to come in, like she said, Tuesday through Saturday from 10 to
mhm,
2. And then we meet there. I hold my
Sunday.
office hours every Sunday from 11 to 2. So we would love to get you, everybody you know, involved.
Yeah.
And we have a plan to do it.
And Caitlin, what else is available at the headquarters for candidates? Like, what do we need to make sure that we provide to the
I know we
candidates
have
running?
I know we have paper, we have the printer there.
Mhm.
There's plenty of space for people to spread out and do phone calls. We're trying to get van integrated for all the candidates so that everybody has access to it. So those are the main things we're working on right now so that hopefully by April 1st we can hit the ground running, doing everything we possibly can do to win in November.
Yes.
Well, I do want to open the floor for just a minute for questions, if there were any questions before we conclude this conversation about van and minivan specifically, or anything else that we've talked about so far today. I know everybody has sunshine outside waiting for them.
Heck, my screen door is open. I'm just like, yay. It's so nice.
So, Caitlin, I do have a question for you about the list that we're calling now the Get Out the Vote folks.
Huh?
Okay, so how many calls roughly are there to make?
That is a great question. Laura Fralin would have that answer. I do
Okay,
not.
perfect.
Yeah.
Because I think it would be really cool if we could have some sort of a contest to see,
Oh,
who
yeah.
can
Day to day.
make the most phone calls,
Yeah.
and have like
Recording
a
stopped.
fun prize for, you know, phone calls made.
That'd be kind of fun. Yeah.
I think we did
Yeah.
that with the oh gosh, we did phone banking for candidates, or I think it was an issue actually for SEIU.
Yeah. I remember what you're talking about. I don't remember
Yeah.
exactly what it was, but yes.
I'm
But yeah,
I'm
things
finding
like
there's
that.
there's a lot of parallels.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But no,
So,
that sounds good to me.
Well, I
Good
do,
content.
unless there's anything else, I do have Arthur is on this call, which
oh, perfect.
I wanted to introduce you to him if he's available. Did I hear the recording is stopped now?
I heard
Um,
the recording stop, but I don't know who did it.
That's good if it is. I mean, we've touched on everything. I feel like
let
that we
me okay, let me go ahead and do one thing.
all the technologies.
Yes.